How we doing, y'all? We're back. I've been working on this, off and on when I feel like it. There's days I don't do shit. But anyway, the idea here was to fit this Merc Racing heat exchanger, and then compliments of my friend Eric Ziegler, fucking little boy genius engineer type dude who wants everything perfect. He decided to make his crash bar into a storage reservoir, so I did the same. Unfortunately, my heat exchanger came from a different person, so the end tanks are bigger, so it didn't quite fit behind the crash bar like it did on his B7 RS4. So I had to cut a little bit. I cut extra, but I could have made it tighter, but whatever. This thing still holds about 3 liters, even with my cut. Without the cut, it's like 4. So pretty good. Anyway, it was a fun little project to make this fit. I had an aftermarket power steering cooler. I got rid of that because, well, it was in the way. So with that said, I went to this smaller unit, but really long. It's a Durali 13224. Nice little piece. I like the fins on it. It's different. Anyway, that's my K40. Shh, don't tell nobody. Relocated my fan control module. So made a little hole to hold the temp sensor, and it was this guy, tight fit, whatever. It ain't pretty, but it works. All right. So intercooler sits in here. Water pump is behind the auxiliary cooler here. So let's see. Coldest comes out, goes into the pump, goes into the intercooler from the top down, comes out the bottom, comes out over here. We'll go down there, back into the reservoir, which there's a pipe that stops about midway. And then it's just open space, so that kind of helps mix and use the whole crash bar as a heat sink. All right, so then I'll come back around through here into the actual heat exchanger. This is 4 passes. All right, so it'll go down and back 4 times, and then the cycle repeats itself. Overall, pretty decent fit. I did things a little stupid. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I don't know what I was thinking when I did this, but for instance, this guy. For some reason, my brain was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna use frickin' a bolt and nylon lock nut on the backside." That's fine until you weld it up, and the heat kind of gets to it and gets this all nice and soft and stuff. Whatever. Made a couple dumb mistakes. I should have just drilled and tapped the freaking thing and did it that way. But I don't know what I was thinking. It was one of those moments like, well, I have them. I might as well use them. Stupid shit. We all do stupid shit. But it works. I threw some epoxy down just to kind of reinforce this. All right. Because it was kind of soft, I guess, from the heating. But it's good now. It ain't going nowhere. Same concept over here. Boom, boom, boom. But, yeah, if you guys have been following me, that's all that's been going on. So now it was just moving on to trimming the bumper, which I had already trimmed before to fit that heat exchanger right there. And yes, my garage is a mess. Shut up. So I trimmed out this little section right here for the fan control module, and trimmed this little corner right here for that little pipe that you see sticking right there. And it just starts to hit like right there. Trimmed it, good to go. So other than that, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to finish this up when I put the turbo setup back on, just to make sure all the piping goes in the right place. Pre-existing pipe section I had made that sits like so. Boom, boom, boom. Ta-da. So then it's just a matter of mating that pipe to this pipe. That pipe, hello, to this pipe. Too easy. So that will most likely be a little silicone hose. 1-inch silicone hose is what I'm running. Section from there to there. That way there's some flex and play in it. And be good to go. So, yeah. Yeah. more to follow in the future. I need to stop being lazy and just finish this whole thing, go get it inspected, and then go do some pulls on the Autobahn. Deuces.